Hi guys, welcome back to Gurutech Networking Training, and it's pleasure having you today. Before we may begin, I plead with everyone who is here and is willing to take part in this configuration. Kindly hit on the subscribe button, like this video, share with friends, and please drop a comment below. Right? Okay. So thank you all, and welcome back again. Yeah. So in this video, we're going to do wireless LAN controller configuration method 2. Why do I call it method 2? Well, wireless LAN controller is one of the most challenging lab in Cisco packet tracer. And there are a lot of ways that people configure it. So I did my research and found that we can do it using three ways. And the first way, we already did it. And if you want to access that video, here it is. Yeah. So it's on YouTube, and I will leave that link on the description part of this video. If you want to access the first part, which is very, very important, I would love everyone to get idea on how to configure wireless LAN controller using all the alternatives from method 1, method 2, and method 3. So this was the actually this was the first method, right? And it was posted here close to 9 months ago, and I will leave link on the description part of the video. I will also explain this topology and tell you how it's different from the one that we're going to do today. So when we go back to our Google spreadsheet, we've covered everything on this Google spreadsheet. So what we're doing now is just to fix. When I learn of something new, I come and fix it here. So wireless LAN controllers, I have told you, I did my research and found that you can do it using three methods. The first method is already done. The second method is the one that we're going to do today. And the third method, which is the best one and the widely used one, we're going to do it in the next video, right? All right. So let's begin, right? So in this method, I'm just going to copy this topology here. You see this topology, the one that we did for method 1, right? Okay, so it's pretty much simple. What I just need to do, I need a switch, put it here. Then after the switch, just need we need a server, maybe to provide IP addresses to these devices. Yep, the DHCP server is there. Then our main gadget here is wireless LAN controller. So for the wireless LAN controller in lab 2 or the method 2, we're still going to choose 2504. Okay, but in lab 3, in the method 3, we're going to choose the latest version. You see this one? Yeah. So stay tuned, subscribe so that you get all the methods. Okay. All right. Then we need to take one PC here and put it here. All right. Then most importantly, I was forgetting, we need to take access points, the lightweight access point. All right. And also we need host devices. So in this case, I'm just put each tablet in each department. So here we had departments. Okay. All right. We had IT department, HR department, finance, and guests. All right. Okay. So this is a wireless LAN network, the WLAN network, right? Then we just connect them. Take server to the switch. Just use automatic connection. All right. So we're done with that one. Now, what I do is just comment. All right. Net to be. I just want to have 192.168.10.0/24. So the first two methods, they have limitation. Why? There are no proper segmentation. In the first lab, in the first method that we used, we configured this wireless LAN controller to advertise how many SSIDs for IT, HR, finance, and guest, right? So each access point here was able to advertise those 4 SSIDs, Wi-Fi names, right? So if you could just put your cursor over this access point, you could see under the cap-up status, something that you see there at the bottom, cap-up status. You could see it's connected to this wireless LAN controller, and it's advertising for Wi-Fi networks. The same applies to this one. Then we went ahead to do just a little bit of restriction so that each access point just advertise that specific Wi-Fi network. For example, this IT department access point, we restrict it to only advertise IT department. Same applies to this, same applies to this, and same applies to this. That's what we did in the previous lab, but it had limitation, right? Because let's say someone from finance department goes up to IT. Let's say IT department is the 3rd floor and finance department is 1st floor. It goes up to IT department with their laptop. They cannot connect just because their device is only synchronized to this one. That's a limitation, right? And that's what we want to solve today. We want a scenario whereby even if I move from 1st floor to 3rd floor, I will still be able to connect to this access point, because this access point will be able to display or advertise all the available SSIDs. But now the limitation here is that this thing here, this guy here, we don't have segmentation. We just have one block network. For example, if you are using VLANs, of which you're going to use in the 3rd lab, the 3rd lab is very important, very, very important. Yeah. So if you're using VLANs, there's a way we're going to do it so that we can segment. For example, this access point advertises for Wi-Fi networks, but each Wi-Fi network has a different IP address. But in this case, even if this access point advertises 4 different networks, all those SSIDs, network names, will have the same network block. Okay. All right. So let's do it. Okay. So the first thing is always to turn these access points on. Just drag this access power adapter and put it there. So the second step is to ensure that all of these things, all of these interfaces, all of these devices are in the same VLAN. So by default, all of them are in VLAN 1. So we don't need to configure any VLAN because we just want them to be in the same VLAN. And by default, they're in VLAN 1. So I won't be able to configure VLANs there. So I'll skip the VLAN part, right? Because they are being configured to the default VLAN. All right, so the 3rd step, we go to the server to configure a DHCP server, okay? All right, so we just come here, just come to desktop IP configuration, and then 192.168.10. Let's say this server's .10, okay? All right, so, and let's just assume that's what the default gateway. DNS server, still that server. Then you just close that one, you come to services, then you come to DHCP, ensure you turn everything 00, and just save, right? Okay, then you turn it on, and now you start editing. We only have one network, so we just create one pool, which is let's say the company. Let's say the company was maybe Gtech. Okay, Gtech pool. Yep. All right. So the default gateway, I see it's 10.1. Okay. Then the DNS server, we said that's the same server. Okay. Let's start giving IP address from 192 to 168, then to 10, dot maybe 22, 21. Okay, all right. So that mask is 255, 255, 255.0. Then the maximum number of IP addresses, let's just say 200, and add. So we're done with the DHCP configuration. But the most important thing that we've not done is to tell the DHCP server that whenever you are releasing these IP addresses, this one, just know that they are going to pass through wireless LAN control. Okay, all right. So we'll give IP address of wireless LAN controller. So let's just assume that the wireless LAN controller add an IP address of maybe dot 11. If the DHCP server is having dot 10, then no, just dot 5. Yeah. So let's on the Gtech pool, ensure that the IP address of the wireless LAN controller is listed there. Okay, and just save. Yeah. So let's come to the wireless LAN controller and configure that IP address. Just come to the wireless LAN controller, click to config, come to management, then just paste that one, change this to 5. The solid mask is that one. Default gateway .1. DNS server is this same server. Okay, and you close it. Okay. Alright. So let's configure this management PC, MGT PC. Okay, so that you can access the wireless LAN controller and configure it. So we just go to desktop and IP configuration. We make it maybe dot 6. Mask there. Close that one. Yep. Then let's try to ping the wireless LAN controller. Just come here and ping the wireless LAN controller, which is having dot 5. If it pings, then we just close and obtain it via the browser and carry out all the required yes. So that's what we want. So let's click on the browser. Click on the browser and type the IP address of the wireless controller there and hit enter. Give it time. I repeat, give it time. In regards to wireless LAN controller, packet tracer normally lags. It hangs. Takes a lot of time. There's high latency here. So you have to wait for like 30 seconds, then you will see the pop-up. Okay? Alright, so I'll just wait. Yep, so here it comes. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to click on this top, right? Alright. So give it a name, admin. And here I just get any password, let's say test at 123. Test at 123. Just click start. Then give it the device name. Let's just say this is our Gtech WLC wireless LAN controller. Then the management IP address should be this one. Okay, just the management IP address, the one that we set. That mask, very simple. Wireless LAN controller is very simple actually, but it needs you to be very keen. So we just leave management LAN ID the way it is and just click next. Here it requires you to maybe create at least one network, one Wi-Fi. I just say we want one Wi-Fi network by the name Gtech, or just test. Okay, and the password is test at 123. Test at 123. Just click next, and apply. When it disappears, give it time. You see it turn. This is the problem of packet tracer. Wait until it comes back, okay? And click OK. And you still have to give time until it pops up. Packet tracer ends, so you have to be very patient. Yeah, here it is. So you don't have to wait it, okay? So what you do, just cancel here. Then you start pinging. You start pinging. Now you do extended ping. Just come here and say -T. So you do extended ping. You can see This interface here is still orange. So when it turns up, you see, now it's okay. Yeah. So it has boot. So it says boot. So just come back to web browser and obtain the wireless LAN controller's interface. Okay. So you just type the IP address of the wireless LAN controller and you hit enter. So when you hit enter, you get this error. This means that we need to add S there so that it become HTTPS. Now it's here. We log in as admin, as the username, and the password was test at 123, and just hit enter. We give it time to load. When it loads, we need to check the WLANs. Actually, we need to check. Let's go to wireless and see if all these wireless LAN controllers have, these access points have synchronized with the wireless LAN controller, or none has synchronized. Okay, no problem. So what I'm gonna do, just come here. Okay, so you see the test Wi-Fi name that you created. So this one was created to just for testing purpose. So what I'm gonna do, I'm just going to remove it so that we can create the right one. Okay. All right. So just going to remove it. Yeah. So just remove it and give it some time. Then now let's create the one that you want. We want IT, HR, finance, and guest. So I'm only going to demonstrate with two, maybe one. Yeah. So just be very careful. So when you click on create, then let's say IT depth Wi-Fi. Okay. Then the SSID. Now the Wi-Fi name will be IT. Yeah, just IT is okay. Then click apply. Then after clicking apply, you just have to wait when it loads. Then we go ahead to configure some parameters. So it will bring you here. Just click on enable. Okay. Then come to security, which is very important. Click on here and choose this option. Okay. All right. So after choosing that option, choose WPA2 policy. Very important. And all of these things will be selected by default. Then very important, PSK, right? Public preferred key, yeah. All right, so we want the key to be, let's say our password will be, for IT, it will be just IT at 1234. Yep. Then we just save. Very simple. Oh, there's a error here. Preferred key in the range between 8 to 64. So it should be IT at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so that it reaches 8 characters. So let's wait. Then we do the remaining 3. Okay, very fast to save time. Yeah, so that's done. And then we go back. Just click back, and now I create the remaining 3 very fast save time. Okay, I've shown you how to do it in the first case. Okay, all right. All right, so we've managed to create all the 4 SSIDs. You see, profile name, maybe IT department, advertising, which will learn SSID, IT. Same applied to the rest of the team, and the status is enabled, right? The security profiles, you can see the same. Yep. So the type is VLAN and the ID is just auto-generated, right? You don't control that. All right. So the second thing that we're going to do, let's now confirm again if these access points are synchronized with the wireless LAN controller here. So what I'm going to do, just place the cursor here. Still not, which is so bad. I can see they have the IP address. They have the IP address, but they have not synchronized to the wireless LAN controller, which is so bad. So let me just check the DSCP configuration here on the Gtech pool. It's here. All right, so what I'm gonna do, let me sometimes we need to close the packet tracer and restart again. So I'm just going to save the wireless LAN controller configuration. Just click on save and give it time and just click OK. Save successfully, and we can now close this one. So we want to troubleshoot why these access points are not able to be synchronized with this wireless LAN controller, because you can see under the pop status it's indicating not connected, but it should be connected. All right, okay. All right, another thing, all of them VLAN 1, no problem. So I just close here, save, then here it is. I just open it directly. Okay, so let's just wait for them to pick the IP address. Still no IP address. So once they pick IP address, I think they should be able to synchronize with the IP address the wireless LAN controller. Yeah, still not synchronized. Let's try to ping the wireless LAN controller from this ping 192.168.10.5. It should ping. If it doesn't ping, then there's a problem. Yep, it pings, so no problem. So we're just waiting for these guys. Oh, it's done. See, the pop status is connected, and the providing VLANs, you can see we have IT department providing IT, HR, etc., etc. Again, here we try, see the same. Here, see the same. Here, see the same. So what we're going to do, we're going to connect this PC. Let's say we're going to connect this PC to IT WLAN Wi-Fi name. Okay. So the IT Wi-Fi name. So the IT Wi-Fi name at the SSID. You remember it was IT, and the password was IT at 1 2 3 4 5, and we just close it. I want to explain that this PC, it won't necessarily connect to this one. Okay. Yep. So in the previous lab, we restricted it in such a way that when we connect it to IT WLAN, it directly connects to this one. So that one was a challenge, because let's say IT department is located way up in the third floor, but this guy here moves to finance department. He cannot connect there because this one is responsible for him. But here we are in a scenario whereby each access point is responsible for everybody. You can connect to anyone that you like. Okay. Yep. So let's just connect this to HR. And also in this scenario, the wireless devices will only connect to the device, the access point that they consider with the highest strength. In this case, this tablet here considers this one having higher strength than the rest. Okay. All right. So let's just connect the rest. All right. So in this one, you can see all these access points are connecting this IP because they consider this IP to be having the higher strength than the rest. Okay. All right. So here there's a flexibility than the previous lab, because in the previous lab, as I said, we only restricted this AP. We only restricted this AP to provide access to only PCs under IT department. But in this setup, we've not restricted any AP. They can provide access to any um, any device. Okay. For example, let's just do this. Just come to config and change this to static. You'll see all of them will disconnect and connect to the next one. That's flexibility, right? Which was not there in the previous lab. So these videos are very important. They teach us how to approach a problem using multiple methods. Okay, all right. So even if I come to the second AP here and do this and come to configure and just say static, you will see the APs will shift to the another one. See there, yeah. So here we have what's called flexibility. You can go anywhere and connect to the network. Okay, all right. So guys, I believe this video has really helped you know how to configure access a wireless LAN controller using method 2. Ensure you watch method 1, which is here on YouTube. I'll share the link with you in the description part of the video or the first comment. Check on the link, watch the first video first, then come and watch this one. Then finally, we will do part 3 later. Thank you so much guys. Please subscribe to this channel, share this video, like, and drop a comment. Bye and see you again in the next video. Thank you.